If you've ever developed feelings for a woman and then she has suddenly changed her mind, I have good news for you. You likely missed a few key warning signs along the way that could have illuminated her lack of interest or at least your mutual lack of fit earlier. I know that sounds like bad news, so I'm going to explain why it's actually good news. Once you have learned the signs that a girl doesn't like you romantically, you'll be able to notice the signs before emotionally investing. You won't waste time or energy on women who display them, and you can redirect that energy towards finding a girlfriend who respects and values you instead. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Blaine and I'm a dating coach for men. You may have seen some of my other videos like how to tell if a woman is sexually attracted to you or signs she does like you. So in this video, we'll be looking at the other possibility and covering 15 signs that a woman doesn't like you. I've organized these into 3 categories: general signs, texting signs, and signs on dates. Let's dive in. Let's start with general signs that she doesn't like you romantically. She's always too busy to make plans with you. I've said it before and I will say it again, the single most important principle of dating is that effort equals interest. If a woman wants to spend time with you, no matter how busy she is, she will find a way to spend time with you. She'll leave work early, she might even move plans with her girlfriends to make the date. As the saying goes, where there is a will, there is a way. Likewise, if a woman doesn't want to spend time with you, she will have an endless list of excuses about why she is too busy. Never wait around for someone who can't find time for you. She's non-committal and won't set a date. If you have ever received a text like, "I might be free, can I let you know?" That, my friends, is not indicative of a laid-back personality. It is a full-blown red flag. When a woman likes you, she is willing to commit to plans and will make an effort to schedule or reschedule with you. When a woman thinks you're nice but doesn't want a romantic relationship, she only commits to playing things by ear and may lead you on without ever scheduling an actual date. Don't waste time trying to force her hand. If she is non-committal, it is your sign that she doesn't like you like that. She makes plans but bails. The worst, right? When you like someone, it is easy to forgive them for bailing on you time and time again, especially if you are super keen to see them. Don't be blindsided by your emotions. Be wary when she bails on you and know it is your sign to let it go. Think about it this way. The more excited she is to see you, the more hurdles she'll jump over to make sure it happens. Likewise, the less excited she is to see you, the less friction it will take for her to cancel plans. For example, I'm a little tired tonight, I can't make it. She endlessly reschedules. Riffing on my previous point, if a woman bails on you for no reason, that is an obvious red flag. But even when she has good reasons to cancel plans, if the reasons never seem to stop, it's a sign that she doesn't like you like that. Don't get me wrong, you shouldn't expect to be a woman's top priority if you're just starting to see each other. So don't hold it against her if she needs to reschedule plans because something important pops up, but look for patterns. If you are always coming last, it's a sign that you're not a priority for her and it is time to move on. Know your worth. She refers to you being friends. This might seem obvious, but a lot of guys ignore it. If you ask a woman out and she says something like, "Yeah, it'd be great to hang out as friends," this is a clear sign that she is not interested in you romantically. Likewise, if you overhear her describe you to somebody else as just a friend, she probably means what she says. If you've been friend-zoned like this, you can absolutely choose to be friends with her, but don't expect a romantic relationship. And if you want to hear me talk about the friend zone more, I've linked a video on it below. Okay, moving on to signs a girl doesn't like you over text. She takes ages to respond to you. Sure, everyone gets busy, and you can't expect a woman you barely know to instantaneously respond to your texts. But if it consistently takes a woman days to reply, particularly to the extent you feel that you can't maintain conversation or flirty banter, it is a clear sign that she is not interested in you romantically. My advice? Move on and find someone who shows you signs of life. She only sends blunt answers to your texts. If every message she texts you is blunt, for example, she usually sends one-word responses like, sure, maybe, yes, or she never expands on descriptions or conversation topics, and you sense the vibe might be off, it probably is. Stop trying to engage and go in peace. She doesn't ask questions back. This one's just like if she sends blunt answers to your texts. If she's not asking you questions, she probably doesn't want your text conversation to carry on for much longer. Remember that good conversations are balanced. Both participants should be asking each other questions, and the length of her messages should be roughly the same as the length of yours. Take the hint, accept that she's not the one for you, and stop texting her. She posts on social media instead of replying to your texts. Busted! If she's got time to post on socials, she's got time to respond to you. If she doesn't, take it as a sign she doesn't like you romantically, and don't waste any more time on her. She ghosts you. I don't even have to explain this one. If she stops responding to your messages altogether, resist the urge to text her again and move on. And finally, let's talk about signs a girl doesn't like you on a date. She acts bored. If you're sitting across from a girl and she looks miserable, for example, she's not smiling, or she's continuously checking her phone, or she's looking around the room and not at you, she probably doesn't really want to be there and probably doesn't really like you. Before you jump to any conclusions though, ask her if she's okay. Perhaps she just received a distracting text from work or received some bad news. If she gives a dismissive surface level, yeah, I'm fine, answer, take that as your cue to wrap up the date early and get on your way. Don't beat yourself up. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong. She may just have poor manners. And there is nothing wrong with wrapping up the date after you finish your drinks or at a natural stopping point, and instead grabbing takeout and enjoying a movie at home instead of wasting more time on a bad date. Her body language is closed off. Body language can be a potent indicator of whether a girl likes you on a date. When a girl is into you, she will consciously or subconsciously lean into you, initiate physicality like touching your arm or touching her own hair. She'll also generally be receptive to light touch from you, like you touching her arm or shoulder. Likewise, when a girl isn't into you, she may consciously or subconsciously lean away, cross her arms, or even start turning away from you. And she definitely won't be receptive to any touch from you. Unlike the other signs we've covered today, body language can be a false flag because gestures in isolation don't always bear meaning. To illustrate, if a woman has her arms crossed, it may just be because she's cold. Still, if you notice all the negative signs, or she just doesn't want you touching her at all, it's safe to assume she probably doesn't like you like that. She openly discusses other guys she's dating. If a girl makes a point of mentioning other dates she's gone on recently or has planned, and particularly if she's sharing granular details about guys she is seeing, she's signaling that other options have her attention. Take this as a hint, steer clear, pull back, and find someone who is interested in pursuing you and respects you. She avoids discussing future dates with you. If a woman you've been on a date with expresses hesitancy about seeing you again, she's not the one. If a girl is interested, she will make an effort to schedule a subsequent date, not avoid the topic. Particularly if you suggest plans to meet again while you're on your date and she avoids the subject, it's a good sign that she doesn't want to see you again, and therefore you shouldn't want to see her again either. She wants to wrap up early. This one should be pretty obvious, but if a woman finds a sudden excuse to end your date early, for example, she forgot she had another commitment, or she's feeling tired and needs to get home, and she's not actively trying to reschedule with you, it's also a sign that she probably doesn't like you and you should move on. I hope you found this video helpful, and the most important thing to remember is that there are going to be plenty of women who don't like you, just like there are plenty of women that you don't like romantically. That is okay. The key is identifying those women quickly so you don't invest further energy there, and you can invest your energy in women it can work out with romantically. If you're curious of the signs a woman does like you, check out the video I have linked below. And don't forget to tap that subscribe button so you are the first to know when I upload new videos weekly. She refers to you being friends.